Hey guys, good morning. It's Dave Santarelli from BreakingChartAlerts.com and Santarelli Trading Exchange. I hope everyone had a really great weekend and you guys are ready for the week here. So first thing I wanted to go over with you guys is let's take a look at the screen here because today is a
Just
bank
ahead of the
holiday.
open,
And with that being
the
said,
S&P futures down
if you have a cash account like we
6.75.
do have in the Trade Challenge
Dow
account, those
futures
funds are not settled
are
yet from
flat
Friday.
now.
So make sure you guys are aware of
Nasdaq
that.
down
You cannot
60.25.
day
Crude is up
trade in your cash
$1.71 at
account today because those
81.07.
funds are not
Gold
settled.
down
I'm going to show you the screen
$2.60
right
at
here with our Trade Challenge account.
1754.80.
We're going to go over that. We're going to get the
Bitcoin
morning
futures up
started. Some nice movers
2,050 at
here. If anything, we can, like I
57,280.
said, we can't day trade in the Trade Challenge account today. So if we see a swing trade, we can swing trade. As long as we don't buy and sell in the same day with those unsettled funds, we'll be fine. And tomorrow we'll be able to start day trading again once the banks are open here in the United States. Alrighty, so let's take a look here at the markets, and you guys can see right here, Baba. First things first, Baba got a nice move. Let me go over that account here first before I get started. So here is the Trade Challenge account. If we go to balances here, you guys will see account balance $4,234.42, which is much higher than where we started the account with at 2,500 bucks. We got a nice return on that, but if you come down here to cash available for withdrawal, you'll see we have $19.80 left because Friday we went all out on those day trades. We made like 10 of them. So that was the available cash, $19.80 from Friday. So with that being said, there's really nothing there we could do as far as day trading goes, okay? But you can see here, cash available for investment. This is something that you're not buying and selling in the same day. So cash available for investment is $4,234.42, which is the net account value. That simply states that if we do wanted to make a trade, it has to be a trade that we hold overnight. And if you do go to make a trade and go to sell it, it's going to pop up and give you a warning. Hey, this is using unsettled funds here. So if you buy and sell in the same day, your account's going to be restricted. So make sure you don't make that mistake today. If we wanted to make a swing trade in the Trade Challenge account, that's fine, and we probably will look for a little swing trade here. Alrighty, so now with that being said, let's get started here on the trading day. Baba's here. If you guys remember, Baba's one we've been talking about since Thursday, Friday of last week here. And here's Baba on a daily chart here, and you can see even if we zoom out a little bit more here, she went all the way up from a high of about $320 all the way down to about 130 some bucks here over the past few days. But we zoom in a little bit here and you can see Baba is really breaking that 10, 20, 50 day simple moving average. And we already have the MACD cross, beautiful green bars above the zero line on the histogram of the MACD. Guys, look at down here. You're going to get pop-up notifications when we go live and everything. Make sure you guys sign up for those notifications on the website. But anyway, Baba here breaking that 10, 20, 50 day simple moving average. It's looking really great here. We got just about all of our entry signals. We have that MACD cross. The 10, 20 cross will be coming up tomorrow. And we got the candles above 10, 20, 50 day simple moving average. So I have Baba on my watch list tonight right next to me. Those of you that know what we do here, here's our watch list for today. We got some good ones here that are market movers. We're going to go over those. One of them's down here. It's a penny stock. It's 95 cents GTE. So as you guys are aware, we have an oil spill. We have massive delays here from these cargo ships bringing stuff over here. So I think energy is just going to continue to climb. Baba here, once they clear up these ports and all these major imports, in the United States here, the ports we have, that's going to start climbing, especially going into the holiday season. So I'm thinking about doing a small trade on Baba for now, maybe going into like that December Expo. I think that'd be a nice one there. So that's one. And then our energy stocks are continuing to climb. Let's take a look at Exxon Mobil there. That's continuing to break out. Markets are open now, guys. So let's give it the first 15, 20 minutes. Or 15, 30 minutes there, and we will take a look. So let me get this back on screen share. So here is Exxon Mobil. That's looking great, breaking out. Chevron CVX here. That one's continuing to break out, getting up to about $110 a share. If we zoom out here on Chevron, we got a double top right around 113 there. So we'll take a look, see if we could make a trade on Chevron. BP British Petroleum, nice climb there, 29.40 a share, up about 1.84%. Exxon Mobil, we looked at that one, 62.90. And Schlumberger was another great one that was moving in pre-market hours there, 32.41. That one's up about 2.4% there, so that's looking great. I'm going to go over my watch list now on top here and see what we got here going on top. So I have that link, so it's just going to come down. What I want to do now is change this to a 3-month or a 6-month daily chart. I want to go down the watch list here because obviously if our balances only have $19.80 for withdrawal, that means we could only day trade that amount. Now, cash available for investment here, you see, $4,234.42. So we could make a swing trade, just no day trades today. Tomorrow we could continue with the day trades. So with that being said, let's look at our watch list, go down here, have them linked, and we will look for a good swing trade. So 3-month daily chart, as you guys can see here, NASDAQ's continuing to retrace a bit there. NASDAQ's down about 52 points, Dow's up about 40. So you can see so far, Q's, NASDAQ getting up to around 365 and started to pull back there. Now, if tomorrow comes in and we got a red candle here below that 10, that's going to signify further selling pressure, and we could look for about, that 352 all the way down about 350 for a weekly trade if we wanted to buy some puts. So let's continue to go down here. Amazon continuing to pull back a bit. Baidu is pulling back from the highs this morning. Facebook continuing to retrace there. That's why on Thursday, Friday, when we got that little relief rally after that big sell-off here on the 4th, I say, guys, be cautious there. It's not over yet because it's still trading below that 10. Baba here, not doing too much just yet. Still up really nicely, 4.3% on the day. Google's holding above that 1020. It needs to break that 2800 resistance for that next breakout. Disney retracing slightly there. Netflix still hanging out, consolidating side-by-side candles. Twitter down about 1%. JP Morgan and Bank of America continue to do well. The financial sector is having earnings this week, guys. So I posted in the trade room the earnings calendar here. Let me get that up. And to show that, let's see. Skyjack said Nike's breaking out. We did a trade idea. That's the one we did a trade idea we sent out on Nike, right? I believe so. So here is the earnings calendar for this week, guys. If you guys take a look here, let me zoom this in a little bit more so you guys could see. So obviously now you can see here what's going on. We got Delta Airlines, JP Morgan Chase, Wednesday before market open. And then we really got nothing until Thursday morning. We got Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Citibank. Walgreens is going to be reporting, Domino's, Morgan Stanley. And then after the bell on Thursday, we have Alcoa, Del Taco, and then Friday we have Goldman Sachs, PNC Bank, Charles Schwab, JB Hunt, which transportation stocks should do well. So we could look at JB Hunt there. But this is the week that earnings is kicking off here, guys. So this is going to tell us, once we get to Thursday, we should get a good feel about what the market is doing. If we see banks reporting well there and beating expectations, but the stocks start to pull back there, that's going to tell me that we're likely going to see further selling pressure going into this Q3 earnings season here. So we'll keep an eye on that, see what's going on, and see if we can make any trades based on the volatility coming in from earnings. Okay, so with that said, let's continue down the watch list here and see what we could find on a daily chart. So there's JP Morgan. Let's continue to go down there. Now you see Bank of America, JP Morgan, they're both retracing from the highs. So that's why we give you the first 15, 30 minutes there. We don't want to jump in on a big pop there and then have that retracement. Let's see here. United Airlines retracing. Southwest pulling back a bit. Tesla's still holding above the 10 there, but it's consolidating. Like I told you guys a while ago, I'd be looking for Tesla to break out above 800 before I started swing trading or day trading it. AIG holding up a bit there. Amgen continuing to retrace. Caterpillar's not doing too much there until they pass that infrastructure deal. Get all that squared away. Visa's pulling back slightly there. Intel not doing much. Facebook starting to climb off those lows there. If we take a look, there's no point in looking at a today 1-minute chart if we have no day trading power until tomorrow since banks are closed there. What is getting a nice pop, though, guys, is Microsoft. Let's take a look at Microsoft quick, because I got that on the chart above me, and I'm always glancing over as I'm looking at all my screens here, and I definitely see Microsoft having a nice climb from opening bell here. So let's take a look at that. Microsoft. That's getting a nice climb here since opening bell. I think there's a few of you in the trade room that still have some Microsoft options open, don't you? Let's see. Skyjack said Nike's taking off. I think we did a trade idea on Nike there going into the holiday season. Let me see here on a 6-month daily. Yes, we did. There it is right there. You know, that goes like that. There we go. All right, so there we go. We got a nice continued run there on Nike. This is just a trade idea that we went over. At the time, I was pretty leveraged out there and didn't want to make too many new trades. This is a nice one, though. Nike daily chart trade idea. Swing trade. Buy to open Nike December 17th. 155 calls at $5. Target 160 to 165 from now until December 17th. Our stop would be $150 a share. Catalyst Black Friday holiday shopping season, and that's looking good. It's continuing to break out there. I like that setup. You know, you already got the MACD cross. You got green bars above the zero line on the histogram of the moving average convergence divergence, which is showing us a shift of momentum. If you guys take a look here now, what's really nice is you could see, since it was breaking down here that whole time, right? It was breaking down that whole time. That was in breakdown momentum. We signify that BDM is in breakdown momentum that whole time. And look at the MACD and look at where it's trading at. It's trading below that zero line on the histogram of the MACD that entire time, right? Now we start breaking out here. And look at this. We got green bars above the zero line, and we have that MACD that's crossed. So that shows us signs of momentum. That shows us signs of momentum. So what we want to do is take advantage of that. So we have some area of resistance right around 160. That's why we have that target at 160. And then we have an upper end range of about 165. So I think that 160 to 165, that's your target area. You have your stop at support there at 150. So you have a really nice setup here with Nike there going into that holiday shopping season. So I like that setup there. It's looking pretty good. Let me see what Nike option chains are looking like for that December 17th now. Might be able to do a nice little swing trade on that. So the 155 call was going for $5. It's going for 522 now. You know, so it's up about 5% since then. Hey, good morning, Ray. James says Tesla's on the move there. Excuse me. I was looking at Tesla this morning. Let's see what it's doing there. 793.68. Starting to break out there. I really want to see it break that $800 though before I do something with Tesla. But as you guys can see here on a today 1 minute chart, that Tesla chart's looking pretty good there. It just climbed from about 785 all the way up to about 796. So you got what, a 10-point climb there, 11-point climb there in the first couple of minutes of opening bell, first 7 minutes there. So that's looking good. It's continuing to break out. If I had some day trading purchasing power here, I definitely would be looking at a day trade on Tesla. That one usually moves pretty well. Let's take a look up here. See what else is moving. BP, Tesla still on the climb. Tilray, EWZ, Chevron, Bank of America, Petrobras. Embraer was looking great. Embraer broke $18 again, $18.15 a share. Moderna's getting a nice little pop there. Moderna shares up about 1.5%. Let's take a look at that 3-month daily chart there. That's looking good. It's holding that 300. So notice this on Moderna here, how it's holding that $300 a share, right? It's holding that $300. Now we could easily look for it to climb up to that next resistance area, which is going to be around 350. That's a 40-point climb from where it's at. That's over a 10% climb from where it's at right now. You know, what is that? About a 12 to 15% climb from where it's at right now if it gets up to about 350. So that's a nice little trade there. And if you wanted something safer, you could do an in-the-money vertical spread. Let's take a look at that option chain, see what that looks like on Moderna, mRNA. And if we take a look and we wanted to do something like that November 19th monthly expo there, let me just bring it up down here. So Moderna, if we wanted to look at that November 19th, buy to open, sell to open here, we could be looking at that vertical call spread for that November 19th expo. And we could be looking at something. So we have support at 300, right? So now the nice thing about that support at that 300, there is we could look for a trade that's totally in the money, something like the 290 300 vertical spread there. It's going for 593 to be worth $10. So with that being said there, let's get out our handy dandy calculator and see here. So 10, divide that by 5.73. That's about a 75% return, and it could drop by about 10 points, and you'll still have that max gain there. I like that setup going into that November. But we have a cash account for the trade challenge account, so we won't be able to do a vertical spread because you can't short a leg with level 2 options. So that's one we would have to make in the main account if we wanted to make that. But that's a really good trade idea right there. It's a fully in the money vertical spread on Moderna. Notice how it's holding that 300 support. So that would be my stop. If you got a candle with a red body below that 300, I'd be out of that trade. Holds that 300, starts to climb there, I'd be adding to that long leg there and really turning that into a ratio spread. If you have 10 contracts of each here and then you see it really starting to break out, you could do one of two things really. You could either buy back that short leg or you could continue to add to that long leg. So you could either buy back that 300 or you could add to the 290 if she really starts to break out here. And that would either turn that into a regular call if you bought back that short leg, that 300 strike, or if you wanted to hold on to it and add to that 290 and you have more contracts of that 290 than you do with that 300, that's now considered a ratio spread. And wouldn't be considered a vertical spread, it's a ratio spread because you have more calls on the buy side than you do on the short leg there. So I'll definitely keep an eye on Moderna. We could even set an alert if she breaks above 315 to start looking at that. So what we want to do now, because we're looking for some swing trades to make, we could go to our tools, alerts, we could bring that down here. We could add Moderna, mRNA, and bam. And now what we could do here is let us know when she's above, let's say 316.00. And we don't need anything below because we could say, hey, below, 299.00. And that's just alerts because we're not in the trade yet. Okay, so that is open, set, ready to go. On the alerts, she's up to almost 312 now, so that's not too bad there. A lot of the watch list is turning green. We have the Dow up 30 points. NASDAQ's now up 13 points. And we have the S&P up about $2.51. Microsoft's breaking out again here. Skyjack's saying about AMD on the run. Let's take a look at AMD quick. AMD's looking pretty good. Thinking about doing a small little Microsoft trade here going into this week's expo. So if I wanted to do a Microsoft trade, I know those options are pretty cheap because it's a blue chip stock. So usually those options are pretty cheap here. If we take a look at that October 15th, which expires this week, we could be looking at that $2.95 for about $2.90. That's not bad at all there. Now, since it is early in the week, if I wanted to do that, I'm only going to do about one, maybe two contracts now. Maybe I'll buy one and then add another one later today. So I could certainly do, two contracts. That's only going to be about a, $300 trade there. So I'm going to make this trade. Let's make sure that he is getting ready. Hey, welcome with us today, Marwa. Nice to have you with us. Let me tell P. Diddy over here to get this trade ready. Hey, trade coming up on Microsoft. Please get it ready. on site. All right, so let's see here. We're going to be making this trade. Let's just take a look at the today 1 minute chart here quick. So if we take a look at that today 1 minute, she's still breaking out Microsoft. That's looking really good here. So I don't want to delay anymore. Like I said, we're out of day trading purchasing power since it's a holiday here in the United States. So I'm going to pick up that October 15th. That 295 is only going for about $300 now, which is just 200 and some dollars. So let's get into this. There are two contracts. 305 is going to be the midpoint there. We're going to buy to open. Now, see what it says here in the trade challenge account. We're making this in the trade challenge account. It says this order to purchase securities, if accepted, will be paid for by the proceeds of the sale of securities of unposted deposits in your account, which settle on or before the payment for the purchase is due. If you enter into an order to sell these securities before they are fully paid for, your account may be subject to a 90-day restriction under the federal securities regulation. Okay, so we are not. Oh, look at that big jump it just had there. Now I got to go back up there. I got to stop talking and just start trading here. Okay, so we'll get that up to about 325 buy to open there. And we're going to do it for 320, see if we get filled. Buy to open, 320, place trade. Let's see if we get in it. No, didn't fill. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see there if we could get in for that price. There we go, guys. We are finally in that. We are in the Microsoft trade there. And that's looking pretty darn good there. I don't know why it's saying profit and loss $650 today. That's just E-Trade. But look at that, guys. Already up $45 there. I think that's off. Where's our price paid? There we go, because the price paid's not coming up there. That's E-Trade. So see that right here, this little thing on the positions tab, average price. It's saying we paid it for 0. But, if you go up here to order status and we take a look at this, here's the actual trade that was made. It was completed at $3.21. So let me get this out and ready for you guys. The alert sent out. And then I'm going to make that chart up. Actually, I already made the chart up, so that's nice. That's nice. All right, let me post this here. All right. P. Diddy. Microsoft. 295 call. 321. All right. So now what our target and our stops are going to be here is all right, let's get rid of that trade. Let's put the new trade up here. Draw. Note. All right, that's a little too small there. This is a trade challenge trade. Buy to open the October 15th. 295 call at a price of $3.21 per contract. So $321 per contract. All right, so there we go. There is our targets. We already got a nice gain. She's at 350 already. We got in at what, 321? We already got about a $50 gain on that trade. $50 gain, and I didn't even send out the darn alert yet. Look at Microsoft going, guys. 296.10. Let's take a look at that on today 1 minute chart. First, let me get this done. Let's see. All right, so that's going to be target. I don't think we're going to get up to 305 there. 302 is a little bit more like it. All right, so there we go. This is just going to be a nice little short-term swing trade. Probably close it out tomorrow or Wednesday. Alrighty, there we go. Look at that. She's at 355 now. I wish I could get this. Let me just see if I could get this back up here. Let me see. Let me see if I could get this up. There we go. So here's a better one here. I just closed that one out. I opened up a new one and it came up the proper way. It just gives you all this extra crap here. You don't need news option. Obviously, I know it's a damn option E-Trade. So I just go up here to columns and you could change whatever you want over here. So I'm just going to get off news, remove that type. I know it's an option. Cost basis, that's without commission. So I move it to, or no, that's with commission.
Shares of AIG,
I move that to average price paid.
58.36.
We'll add that. Okay. Wham bam. Symbol there. There's the actual trade. Okay. 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 All right. Change since close. We never need that, So let's get rid of that column there too. Dollar change since close. Don't care about that. Alrighty, market value goes over there. Profit and loss unrealized. There we go. We already made $72 on that trade, guys. That's incredible. Great job. That's a trade challenge account there. So let me just set this up properly. There we go. There we go. All right, that is set up and ready, guys. All right, so that trade there, we just made an official trade on Microsoft there, and that is looking good. There we go. That Microsoft trade's already up almost $60. We already have a percentage gain. Where did my percentage gain go now? Let's go back up to columns. I like putting percentage gain. Percentage profit and loss today or percentage profit and loss unrealized. I always go with the unrealized because there we go. Okay. Okay, so percentage, we got a 13% gain. Look at that, guys. We already got a $90 gain on that. Let's see, Marwa. Let's see here. Buy to open. You're in. I think you're in shares there, Marwa. You're not in options. That's why you have to go to options, not shares there. Guys, we're up $107 on that small little trade already. Look at that. Nice job there, guys. I already got a 17% gain on that. Now let's change this to a Microsoft today 1 minute chart, and look at that nice breakout there. So we had that 1020 crossover. We were breaking the highs. Remember that 15-minute opening range strategy, right? Take the highs, take the lows, and the lows today were 292.77. The highs during that first 15 minutes were, about 295.27. We broke out of that, started getting that breakout there. That's looking great. I already got a nice gain there. But remember, we cannot close that out today in the trade challenge account. Now, if you guys didn't trade Friday, obviously you don't have that restriction there. It's not a restriction really. It's just we went over. Well, the funds didn't settle since today's a holiday, so that's why we can't do that day trade there. That's looking good though. I think we're going to see Microsoft back above 300 by the end of the week. So if that gets to 300, that means this Microsoft October 15 295 call is going to be worth at least $5. We paid 321. So if we paid 321, it gets up to 5. 5 divide that by 0.321. That's about a 56% gain there if we get up to $300. Now, obviously, that's on expiration day. So if we get up to $300 by tomorrow, we're going to have much more than a 56% gain on that trade. So just let that one continue to go. That looks great. Wish I could sell it already. I mean, we already got the trade challenge account up to new highs. We started with $2,500. Trade challenge account's now nearing $4,400 there. So I love the looks of that. Up 16% on that trade. All right, so that's good. Notice how it was a small trade too. We already made $100 on it, so 321 times those two contracts. That's what $642 trade that we made. So $642 trade. That's a small trade. Like I said, what did I tell you guys as far as percentage of each trade of your account goes into? About 7 to 12% max. So if we take a look here, 4,300. Multiply that by 0.12, that's about $516. So we made about a $600 trade on that. That's within our range, and that's good there. And that's a swing trade, not a day trade. So swing trades, we could do that a little more there, maybe up to about 15%. Alrighty, so Microsoft's holding that 10 right now, so that's looking good. I want to go back to a 3-month daily chart now, and I want to look for some good swing trades. So Microsoft there, we might get up to 300 to 305 by the end of the week here, depending on earnings season this week. We have the financials coming out with earnings, so keep an eye on that. But look at how nice we only took $600, and we already made a $103 gain on that small trade challenge account. That's the discipline, emotion, and that's really the psychological aspect of trading that you need to have there and say, okay, here's the trade I'm making. Here's my targets. Now let's wait for our exits there, our target profit areas or our stops. So Microsoft trade, that's done and over with. We know our targets. We know our stops. Now let's go on and look for some other swing trades here. Let's go down this watch list again, 3-month daily chart. I'm going down, and let's take a look here. So Facebook, BABA. Now Google's looking good. Look at Google here finally starting to break out. This is definitely something we could be looking for a swing trade on. Maybe targeting that $2,850 to $2,900 a share. Beautiful setup there on Google, and definitely not a bad swing trade idea. But if I did do something with Google, what I'd do is I'd probably look for something a little bit further out. So that Microsoft trade we made for this week's Expo, I just want to capture that quick little gain. Now, if we did do a Google trade here, Google options are very expensive, as you guys know here. So if we take a look at the Google option chain for this week, you can see those contracts are going for $2,000, $3,000 for one contract. Obviously, if you got a $2,000 to $5,000 account, you can't make that call there. That's going to take up all your account, and if she pulls back, your account's going to be blown there. So with that being said, that's something that you'd look for a vertical spread strategy instead of the regular calls. So buy to open, sell to open. It's going to be a vertical call spread. I'm not making the trade. I'm just showing you guys something. So if you went with that monthly November Expo there and you did something that was, at the money or slightly out of the money there, if you had a target of 2850, which is a small short-term target, I'd be targeting more of that 2900. But let's just say 2850 is your target. So what we could be looking at is that 2845, 2850 out of the money vertical spread there, and that is going for an average price point of about $2.30 to be worth $5. So that's not bad. 5 divide that by 2.3, and that's about a 117.39% max net gain as long as Google is above that short leg, as long as it's above both legs here, both strikes. So as long as she's above 28.50 on November 19th, this will be worth $5. You paid $2.25 for it. Well, guess what? 5 divide that by 2.25. That is now a max gain of 122%. So that's not a bad setup there. Notice how if you got the call, let's say you got that 2,800 strike call, that's going to cost you $2,800. You get this, it's going to cost you $235 to be worth a max of $500. So you're taking $235 with this vertical spread, and the max it could be worth is $500 for one contract. Now, if you got 10 contracts, $2,350 could be worth $5,000 as long as Google's at or above $28.50 a share on your expiration date of November 19th. So that's a nice little one there to keep an eye on, watch, and see if it does anything there. Let's see. Caterpillar's starting to break out. Let
AJG,
me just
Arthur
go down
J.
the watch
Gallico
list here
acquired
because we got some
$200
nice
Capital
breakouts here
Insurance,
from the
Alpha
lows this
Juliet
morning.
Golf,
Dow's now up 150. Nasdaq's up 53 points,
AJG,
and we have the S&P 500 up about
CIGI,
17 points right
Colliers,
now. There goes
Emerging
Microsoft,
Partnerships
almost at
with
new highs of the
BCS,
day there. Back up $110 on
Petroleum
Microsoft.
via Gulf India,
17% gain there. Marwa, what is your fill point on Microsoft? There we go. Microsoft breaking out up $122 there on MSFT, up about 20% already on Microsoft calls. There we go. New highs of the day on Microsoft. Up 20%, $130 gain on that small little trade. Notice it was a $600 trade, guys. This is what I tell you. Sammy in the trade room, those of you in the trade room, you guys know what I tell you on a continuous basis here. You don't need large trades. Look at that. We're up $137, 21% here, and we just made that trade a couple of minutes ago. So, that's the discipline, patience, and following that trade plan. You need a swing trade. If we get another nice little climb tomorrow, I'll be in and out of that trade there for about a quick 50% gain, and I'll move on to that next one there.
Cinedigm,
Alrighty, so let's take a look here at Q's Quick now. Let me just go down this watch list here. I'm watching everything over to the right on all my other screens here, and I get distracted when I see stuff starting to break out. But I want to go over these charts here quick with you. Twitter, notice this. Notice how Twitter came down to that 6250 and it held that blue 20-day simple moving average so far, and now you're just at about the highs of the day on Twitter. That's a good positive sign there, especially if we're going into like 10, 11 o'clock there, and we see that continuing to break out. Wow, it's already 10 already. If you see that continuing to break out here and it breaks through that $64 a share, that's going to be a nice entry for that quick swing trade. Skyjack said Apple's on the run. Let me take a look at Apple here quick. Apple wasn't doing a damn thing there for a bit. Now, that is a nice candle on Apple, Skyjack. That's a nice one. Now, this one is one of those ones that could quickly get back up to that $150 a share. So let's take a look at those Apple options there, see what's going on. Now, remember this too, guys. So we're already in a Microsoft trade, right? So if we're in one stock in the tech sector there, you got to be cautious with putting too much of your eggs in one basket here. If we start getting, tech stock, and then all of a sudden tomorrow NASDAQ and the Qs pull back here, every single one of those trades is going to be a losing trade. So we want to reduce that risk and reduce that potential of loss there by diversifying. So, if we wanted to pick up a single call on Apple for this week's Expo, we could certainly do that. It's looking pretty good there. Apple, let's see what those calls are going for this week. And look at how cheap they are. That 144 is only going for about $158. That's not a bad one to make right there. And you could target that 150. If she gets up to 150, that 144 is going to be worth $6. 6 divide that by $1.57. 6 divide that by 1.57. That'd be a return of 282.17% if Apple gets up to that what do we say, 145 or no, 150. If it gets up to that 150, that's going to be worth over $6 there. So you'll have about a 300% return if it gets up to that area. So that's not looking bad. All right, let's continue to go down the watch list here. JP Morgan Chase continuing to climb off the lows. Let's see there. Bank of America continuing to break out on BAC. I love that for a longer-term swing trade. That's a beautiful setup there. Continuing to climb. I could see that being $50 by the end of the year there. Delta finally got in the green there. She was pulling back. She was below $43 a share on opening bell. Back up above $43.44. Looking pretty good there. United Airlines not moving yet. Love. Southwest Airlines came right down to that $52, came down to that blue 20-day simple moving average, and starting to climb off those lows there, looking pretty good. Tesla, there we go. Tesla finally broke 800, but notice how she's only at 895 cents there. So that's one that could easily fall back below that 800 by the end of the day. So if she's holding above that 800 by the end of the day, that'd be a nice opportunity for a short-term swing trade there on Tesla. AIG is another financial one that's breaking out there. New highs there, 58.56 on AIG, American International Group. Excuse me. I don't know if that was really loud with my headsets in and my mouth being right next to that. Sorry for that. Caterpillar here. getting that breakout above 195. It's finally breaking above that blue 20-day simple moving average. If we zoom in a little bit on that, you can see. So guys, this is what's really important about looking at our indicators, okay? So far, as you see here, here's our MACD down below. This is our moving average convergence divergence. This is telling us about momentum shifts, okay? So right now, we got that MACD cross. It was trading below the zero line on the histogram of the MACD here since we had that big breakdown, right? So that's what it was doing. Notice how it correlates with that MACD, the moving average convergence divergence. When the stock's dropping, you got the MACD that's showing that crossover with the white line below that red, and then we also have the green and red bars below the zero line right here. See that zero? It's below that zero line on the histogram of the MACD. That's showing us signs of further momentum lower. So when you got that going on there and you're trading below that 10, 20, 50-day simple moving average, there is absolutely no reason. Like, look here. If you jumped in right here, you know, and you're like, oh, wow, she came from about 225 and now she's at 200. I'm going to jump in right here. Well, guess what? You went from 205 all the way down to about 180 here. You know, so wait for that signal. Right now, you're finally getting that MACD cross. You're getting green bars above the zero line on the histogram of the MACD. And we're finally starting to trade above that 10, 20-day simple moving average. It's still a little early to jump into something like Caterpillar, but you have to understand the catalyst behind this, which is that $3.5 trillion infrastructure deal that they're going to be passing there. So that's looking good. I just give that a little extra time. If you wanted to do something with Caterpillar, I'd go with a little bit further out. Maybe the January Expo, maybe going out to the June Expo of next year. There's so many different opportunities there with Caterpillar, but keep those options open and in mind. Visa here, that's going to be a good one once we start breaking out. Intel's looking pretty good. It's still consolidating. If it breaks above 55 bucks, I'd jump in. It's only 66 cents higher from where it's at right now. Facebook's nearing the highs of the day, only down about 40 cents now on the day there, continuing to climb from those lows, but still not something I'd trade just yet. Google's looking good there. Amazon's starting to climb there. Bob is pulling back from those highs. It was up over 5% this morning, now only up about 3%, which is about a 2% retracement from those highs this morning. Twitter not doing too much yet there. Microsoft still looking good. We're up about 100 bucks, 15% on Microsoft. Salesforce is looking pretty good there. Still trading side by side. I'd be looking for a break above $280 a share to jump into something like Salesforce. There you go, Sammy. Just closed out AMD day trade for a 12% gain. Nice job on that, guys. Good job there. Are you guys in the Microsoft trade as well? Goldman Sachs is looking great there. Look at that nice little climb there on Goldman Sachs. 396.41 a share on GS. That's one that you could be looking for that 410 to 420. You know, that's got plenty of room to run there. Nike, I want to see that start to break out. Verizon pulled back quite a bit there. I remember someone got into Verizon last week, and I said, hey, it's just trading side by side. I wouldn't jump in until it broke at least above 55 bucks. And you see that quick retracement it had there. Square. Look at Schlumberger, 3.5% gain on the day, up $1.09, 32.76 a share. If we zoom out a little bit more here on Slumb, let's take a look there. We could easily be targeting that 35, 37.50. If we zoom out a little bit more there, I mean, this is a stock that's just a nice buy and hold. You know, target that 70 bucks a share. It's only at $32 right now. So those of you that are value investors that are looking for a good longer-term trade or a leap is anything 9 months or further out till Expo, Schlumberger's your baby.
Getting a pop to the high.
Take a look at SLB. If we go out a little bit further, you know, give it time for like next year's Expo. You know, you could be looking at that June 17th Expo there. You know, that SLB, if she's at 32.75 now, we'd look at that 35. It's only going for $3.22 there. Plenty of open interest. You know, 35 bucks a share, or $35 strikes are going for 305. So basically 38 and then 41. At $41, you have 100% gain there. So that's only right here. If it gets up to $41 from now until June of next year, you make 100% return. You know, I mean, this is a stock that was just at 12 bucks. She's at $33 now. You know, she had almost a 200% climb just in the course of a couple of months here. You know, so going out to that June Expo, it's not a bad idea there. It's a nice little trade idea for Schlumberger. British Petroleum, this is another one. If you take a look, go out to a little bit further out. This is another one. You could easily be looking for that $40. You know, I like Schlumberger a little bit better there. BP's good. I like Chevron, to be honest with you. Chevron pays a nice dividend, and that's one that you could be holding on to. There goes Microsoft breaking out again on MSFT. She's nearing at the highs of the day. There we go. Microsoft's at new highs of the day. Nice continued run on MSFT. Let's take a look at that candle right there on a today 1 minute. We just broke out there, and we are at new highs there. And there we go, $140 gain, 22% on our Microsoft trade, continuing to climb. It's looking pretty good, and that's just a swing trade there. So as that continues to run there, we're going to have some nice gains on Microsoft. She might be hitting $300 a share today. We already got, look, right over here, $137.28, up 21.36% there. And she is still climbing and breaking out there, so that's looking pretty good. Like that setup on Microsoft, guys. Another nice climb there. Here we go. Let's see if we get that candle. Guys, I wanted to know one thing. I shut off the fan here because it made some noise. I could see it on the microphone there. I need to turn it on, though. It is hot down here in Florida. It's still in the 90s. So let me know if you hear the fan, because this mic is very sensitive here. Let me know if you hear that and if that's bothersome. It wasn't on yet, Sammy. It's coming on now, so let me know. There, do you guys hear anything now? You can see on here on my OBS here, you can see the microphone. Watch when I'm quiet. See that microphone moving? You don't hear anything? Wow, that's great. Yeah, it's a $400 Astro mic here, so it's nice. I literally got about 2,000, at least 2,000. I'd say probably closer to $4,000 in microphones here. Half of them I don't even use. I got like 4 headsets. I'm pretty silly, but I love tech. I think you learn about technology. There's nothing that but good could come from that. There we go. Facebook just turned green for the day, guys. Continuing to climb off those lows there. Facebook might be a good day trade if you guys wanted to get into that. Definitely, Kevin. I was just worried seeing all that, choppiness on the microphone there, where, how you could tell if someone's talking or whatnot. All right, let's see there. Muhammad said AMD. Muhammad, what are you holding on to today? Azaria, where's Azaria here? What are you guys holding on to? Todd Kripe. I haven't heard from you in a while. How have you been, Todd? James, did you make any day trades yet? Did you jump in with Sammy and Skyjack on those? Jerry, any trades yet today? Floyd's with us this morning. Good morning, Floyd. Wilker, Karen, Marwa, Joe, Camille, Stewart, Dwayne, Robert, Hasu. I don't know. How do you say that name? HSU. Hasu. Maybe the H is silent. Okay. Let's see here. Microsoft, Salesforce. Oh, shoe. Wow, I would have never guessed that one. Nice. Good. Thank you for that. Facebook continuing to break out there, guys. There goes Facebook breaking out nicely. If you guys are looking for a day trade, you can certainly pick up Facebook here. She's breaking out nicely. She might climb about 1% on the day, and if it does that, that means she's going to climb by at least $3, $3.30. So if you want to do something with Facebook here for this week's expo, the October 15th, you could be looking at that 330 to 335 strike. That 335 strike, I think, would be great there. It's only going for about $2.35 a contract. That gets upwards of, let's see, 3-month daily, what the target would be. You know, if we have a good week with earnings, that might get up to about 340. So if you pick up that 335 for 233 and she gets up to 340, did I say 340? Yeah, 340 there. That's going to be a really nice gain of over 100% return there. So that's not bad. There goes Microsoft breaking out again.
On artificial
She is on the run.
And quantum technologies.
That's a nice one there.
Romeo, Tango, X-ray,
James Miller,
IBM,
what's going
RTX.
on, buddy? Guys on YouTube, if you guys could please give this video a like, subscribe to our channel, share it on social media, I'd greatly appreciate that. That'd be a huge help for me, guys. You guys see, we are back in business here. You know, no more chemo, no more radiation. I'm just thrilled with that. No more surgeries. Knock on wood. I don't even know if that's wood there. Probably fake wood. That one's wood. Alrighty, there goes Microsoft. Another nice climb on NSFT there. That's going to have a big breakout this week. I'm feeling it. I mean, look at that 3-month daily chart. I think we might get up to 305 this week just based on that candle on Microsoft. I really do. So that I'm going to keep open. I should make that on my other account here too. See, that's the one thing when I'm trading the Trade Challenge account, you know, I'm totally disregarding the main account there. So gotta go look at that. Usually I put that on the screen in back of me here. Oh, excuse me. That's what happens when I put the fan on me like that. Whoa, what is going on with that screen? Better change that. You guys will be able to see my password. Let me go here. There we go. All right. Sammy, what'd you get into for $3.39? Hey, Captain Thomas, are you with us right now? I had a quick question for you. I'm thinking about buying this plane this weekend. I wanted to know what you honestly thought of it. You're the only one I trust in aviation here, so I think that's a perfect starter plane. I mean, for 55 grand, you can't beat that. Great cross country, IFR rated. Okay. Steven, are you asking what I got into, or are you asking what Sammy got into? Sammy said, Dave, I have to leave my house around 11 a.m. Should I sell Facebook before I leave? I've been trying to stay with the rules on Facebook. Sammy, do you have a swing trade or a day trade? Wow, look at our Microsoft trade. I turned my back for a second here. We're up $153 on Microsoft. 24% gain. She's still breaking out here. Look at that breakout on Microsoft. Marwa, were you able to get in that Microsoft trade, or are you still having issues with it? Okay, I just sent it to you up there, Captain. I'll send it to you on... I'll send it to you on Facebook as well. Oh, that's not it.
9 to 5 Mac on Apple. AAPL says Mac shipments grow 14% in Q3 ahead of new MacBook Pro release. That's Alpha Alpha Papa Lima, AAPL.
Guys, look at that breakout on Microsoft. We got a $170 gain, $173 gain on that small $600 trade. We're up 27% on that already. Okay, Marwa. So two contracts, you have that there. So that's the number of contracts, Marwa. So if you buy one contract, like you shared here, let me show you. So right here, you can see contracts, two contracts. So it's an average price of $325. So that means it's going to cost you $325 for one contract. If you get two, it'll be $650. The $295 for October 15th, that expires today. Or I'm sorry, that doesn't expire today. That expires this week. It's a term day order, so that means if you put in a limit price for $325, it doesn't fill. It'll be canceled by the end of the day. All that looks good there. Contracts on E-Trade, Marwa. That's going to be right where you that's going to be right where you showed me right here. So see on this screen right here, the quantity. That's the two contracts. So quantity is your two contracts. You see right here, you have Microsoft call and you have buy to open, two contracts, October 15th, 297.50. You went a little higher than we did. Don't put in a limit price of 325. That contract's going for 234 by 238. You have the 297.50. We picked up the 295, so that's a different trade. Okay, so if you wanted our trade, we got the 295s, but that's fine too. The 297.50s, if you wanted to pick that up, two contracts of that's only going to cost you about, $476. So that's not bad there. $476 compared to ours that cost us over a little over 600. But don't put that limit. So see there how you have the bid price, Marwa, right here. Let me zoom in on this a little bit here so you can see it a little bit better. Boom, boom. Oh, that makes it smaller. Okay, so that's not going to work. All right, let's go back over here. Okay, so Marwa, see right here between the bid and the ask, that's the price that it's going for. So the asking price, that's what you could buy it for. The bid is what you could sell it for. I always go in between these two. So between 234, 238, 2.36 or 2.3. Microsoft's breaking out big time right now. So, 240. You can put 240 in here for your limit price. Buy to open, that's going to change that significantly. You only got $1.30 commission. That's good. Just remember the strike price. You're getting a different one than us. It expires this Friday, Marwa. So that's the type of trade there that you want to get in and out of. So you jump into this now. You'll sell that tomorrow for, hopefully, we're looking for about a 50% gain there, at least. Let's see what Microsoft Trade's doing now. She got a nice little pop. Look at that, $190 gain on Microsoft. We got a 30% gain on the Microsoft trade we just made, guys. That's beautiful. That's great. Now, if we take a look at Microsoft on a 3-month daily, notice the size of this candle. When we get size of candles like that, usually we see this candle back here. Look at the run that we had. So that's why my projections here are between 300 and 305. Seeing the type of volatility that's coming in, seeing the rebound that we're having from that recent pullback, that's telling me we could easily target that 300 to 305 this week. Tomorrow we get a nice little pop. I'll sell that on opening bell there, lock in, probably about 400, 500 bucks at least. So that's going to be a nice swing trade for this week. I'm just holding on to that and letting that continue to go. We got no real news that's coming up tomorrow, so I expect that we're going to continue to climb, going into tomorrow. So, I'm just going to sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. I mean, look at that, $200 on the Trade Challenge account. Where else, most people don't even make $1,000 a week, at their job that they're working 8-10 hours a day. We just made that $200 gain in literally about, what time is it now?
EXPR
10:24, 20 minutes. 20 minutes we've been in that trade. We made 200 bucks already. So that's what I mean about, waiting for those setups. If I had this as a as a day trade here, if I had that availability to do that day trade, I would have sold this probably when I had a $100 gain. Good thing I didn't. But this is one that I'm just going to hold overnight here and see for that continued breakout. The chart looks great, phenomenal. think we're going to continue to run there. So let's take a look at some other ones here. Google continuing to break out, looks pretty good there. Amazon's holding above that 10. Baba there is at that 50. Twitter, Microsoft, Salesforce, Goldman Sachs, Nike, Verizon still pulling back sharply. So obviously, if the market's climbing off the lows, those more staple stocks there, those defensive stocks are going to pull back a little bit there. Let's see, Q's over there still climbing. Look at Slumbers, hey, still on the climb. We were looking at that one before. That's a nice little setup there. Now see, Microsoft starting to pull back a little bit there on it today, 1 minute. So if you wanted to lock in gains, if you had the purchasing power to do so, without getting that call there, or that restriction, you could sell Microsoft now, lock in a quick 25% gain. I'm holding on to it, though, because I know we're going to get another nice breakout. Boeing's looking good there. That's actually looking really sweet there on Boeing.
WISH.
PayPal, not too much. Gilead, Under Armour. I want to jump in Under Armour once we get that breakout. Visa's looking okay there if it holds that 50. NVIDIA's another one that looks ready for a continued breakout there. I like that NVIDIA, probably up to about 220, 225 if you were going with that November monthly expo. FedEx, one that's consolidating, holding above that 10-day simple moving average for right now, so that's continuing to look pretty good there. I like that setup. There goes Microsoft off that 10-day simple moving average, coming off 297 a share, continuing to climb and nearing new highs of the day. FedEx is one that we could look at. FedEx, though, I'm sick of FedEx. That thing hasn't done me well over the past. It's small gains sometimes. Sometimes we'll have a big pullback. So FedEx would be a longer-term trade, not a short. AMD's looking pretty good there, too. I'd be targeting that 110 to 115 on AMD. And now, if you wanted to get an AMD trade going into that November or December expo, that is a really nice setup there on AMD. Definitely one I'd be looking at buying. Look at AbbVie on a 3-month daily. Look at that 1020 cross. Look at that MACD crossover. You got green bars above the zero line on the histogram of the MACD. During this whole time here, from this red candle, look at from back here. That red candle's above the zero line there. It's saying, hey, things are starting to flatten out there. When you get the green bars above the zero line on the histogram of the MACD, that's showing you signs of a continued breakout. And then when you start trading sideways for a bit, that's when those candles are going to be red there. And then all of a sudden we had the MACD cross, and bam, we're in BDM. All the candles are below zero line on the histogram of the MACD as you continue to pull back there. And then guess what happens? As you start climbing above that 10-day simple moving average, you get that MACD cross, and now you got green bars above the zero line on the histogram of the MACD, and it's looking great there for a swing trade. Let's see, Tilray, not doing much. NBev, not doing crap there. Johnson & Johnson, not bad. I've seen better. Let's see, Texas Instruments there, that's not too bad. Bank of America looks good. Petrobras, Telefónica, Brazil, Embraer. Man, Embraer is looking good. Guys, you remember when we were trading Embraer back when it was, what, $7 a share, $5 a share? Oh, man, that's one I just wish I held on to for the long term. I knew that was a good setup there. Let's see here. There goes BRFS. It's like a Brazilian. Let's see, Moderna. Didn't get that breakout we were looking for. Airbnb, Booking. Ford's looking great, man. Oh, man, that vertical call spread we had on Ford. We bought back that short leg. I sold on this day, though, when she started breaking out a bit. And then when she started pulling back, I'm like, let me just take the profits on it. And then she just really ran there. There goes Microsoft taking off again. Microsoft near new highs of the day, up 28% on the Microsoft calls. Lou said, let's see what that little baby's doing. She's not doing much there, down about 1.77%. Exxon Mobil off the highs there. There goes Microsoft again. Nice little breakout there. Exxon Mobil, that's going to be it there. Let's take a look over here on our market movers. Okay, we have Blue Apron. That's up about 15% there. That's getting a nice little climb there. That's a nice little breakout on Blue Apron, isn't it? People want to start eating healthier, but if I'm paying that, I'd rather
NYMX,
just
NYMOX out
pay to
with an
have them
update.
cook the damn thing too.
Company says
So
please report today a 1-month update to
I could
shareholders
get
to follow up
Instacart
the
to send
September
me the
communications.
vegetables
Company
and
CEO says
ingredients. I don't need Blue
the
Apron
main
for that.
delayed vendor documentation that was
Now, if they
incomplete has
cooked
been
it, that's a
accomplished.
different story. Then I'd say,
That's
okay,
the November Yankee
that's a
Michael
value
X-ray.
stock. But look at that, 190 bucks on our Microsoft trade challenge account. Now, just imagine if you had a $25,000 account or a $50,000 account, and you're using the position sizing rules, making the same type of trade, and look at what you'd be up today. Silver Bow, that one's up about 12.5%. Dutch Brothers, what's that? Jinko Solar, Armed, Tetra Technologies. Uranium Energy, New Gold, GameGo, Grand Tierra Energy. That's one I wanted to keep an eye on there, see if that did anything. Qs are looking pretty good. Marwa, it was right on. Did you find it, Marwa? Did you find where the contracts are? Okay, Marwa, look at where you're going here. Okay, so do you know how you got on this page right here where it shows Microsoft strategy? If you're at etrade.com, go to trading, go to options. Type in Microsoft. See here, strategy is a call. Buy to open. Quantity is your contracts, Marwa. So on E-Trade, it might say contracts. Yeah, so see on E-Trade, it says contracts here, right? So E-Trade, it says contracts right here. On E-Trade website, it's showing you quantity. So quantity is the same as contract. So right here, you sent me this picture, so you should know how to get back there. But the quantity is going to be your contracts. That makes sense? Did you find that? Marwa, because I was talking to you before, you must not have heard me. So looking back at this, Marwa, notice you have the 297.50 strikes. They're going for 234 by 238. You have a limit price of 325. That's why it's saying 651. You're putting in 325 for the 297.50s. We have the 295 strikes. You put right here the 297.50. So that's why you put in the price that we paid for the 295s. The 297.50s are going for 234 in this example you sent me. So this one here, if you put in, that price, right now it's higher because obviously Microsoft jumped. But you put in 325. It was only going for 238 there. Now, if we take a look here and we want to see what that's at now, let's see. MSFT, those October 15, 297.50s are going for $2.56 each now. So now you can pick up those 297.50 Marwas for about 500 bucks for 2 contracts. So that was going for 230 some you showed me. Let me see here. So that was going for 234 by 238 there. Now she's at 252, I think it was. So it'll be about a $500 trade. Makes sense? Did that clear things up a bit for you there? Perfect. Yeah, you have any questions, just let me know. All right, so that's looking pretty good there. Microsoft still holding up pretty well, holding above that 297. She's on the run again there. Let's see what else we got on the watch list here. Markets are really pretty flat since since after the first half hour there. So really not getting too much of a move again yet. Tesla 794,
AMC
793.
Entertainment, the weekly $40
Caterpillar,
call sweep off of Michael Charlie.
Embraer is breaking out big time, guys. Embraer is looking great. Look at that breakout on Embraer. So obviously that's the small commuter jets, that you use from city to city there before you get on the main one there. So that's your connecting flights. That's the type of jets they use, Embraer. I heard Embraers are pretty fun to fly there, Captain. Have you ever flown an Embraer? What is it, the Phenom 400? I heard they're pretty good to fly. Fun to fly. Embraer is still breaking out there, looking pretty good.
WYNN Win Resorts, the December 110 call sweep shares currently at 88.22.
Captain, if you wanted to fly, like if your buddy had one of those and you wanted to fly an Embraer, could you just hop on and start flying it since you were a captain in, a big Boeing jet there,
AMD
or
Advanced Micro
do you have to
Devices
be rated and all
mentioned
that
at
stuff in an
Investors
Embraer
Business Daily.
as well before you could fly it? No, no requires type rating. Wow, nice. Oh, it does require a type rating. Okay. All right. There goes Embraer breaking out again there. Another nice run there. I'm watching Microsoft. It's consolidating since about 10:20 there, so it's not doing too much there on Embraer.
Disregard that AMD.
How much would an engine overhaul though be honestly on a plane like the what did I send you there? I think I sent you yeah, Piper Cherokee. Yeah, yeah, there's a Cherokee. What do you think that would cost for an engine overhaul? Not more than like 10 grand, right? I wonder the time frame it would take to do an engine overhaul too. There goes Microsoft breaking out while we're talking here, while we're doing a little chit chat. Wow, engine
FSLR
overhaul on that
First
plane is going
Solar
to be
being
15
mentioned
to
as a
20
loan
grand.
from
How long do you think something
Investors
like that'd
Business
take?
Daily.
Like a
Correction on
couple
that.
of
First
weeks, a
Solar
month, five
FSLR.
months? There goes Microsoft, guys.
Foxtrot Sandy Lima Romeo FSLR.
Skyjack said his dad had a Piper Cherokee. That's sweet. Skyjack, did you get your pilot's license? Only about 2 weeks for the engine overhaul, and it's gonna cost 20 grand.
There's a First
Damn, they
Solar
must be getting
Farmington
paid
High
well.
105.29.
Look at that,
Foxtrot
$200
Sandy
gain
Lima
on
Romeo.
Microsoft, $203 gain on Microsoft, up 32% on MSFT. There she goes, new highs of the day on Microsoft. I think we're gonna see Microsoft at $300 by the end of today. Look at that, $210 profit on that. Trade challenge accounts nearing 4,500 bucks. Now look at that. We went from 42.34.42 to 4441.70. So 4441.70, divide that by 4234.42. Now look at that. With that swing trade, we already got a 4.9% gain in the entire account. Remember how I told you guys, let me bring this up again because this is super important. Oh man, let me see if I could find that. I am horrible at finding where I store my documents at. I need someone to help me organize my desktop folders here. That was last week, right? That was a long time ago. I don't know where to find it. If someone has that position sizing thing here, could you please post that? I'm looking for it now. I think it's in my... Let me see. Where did I put it? Google Drive, desktop. Here it is, options position sizing rules. Here we go. So here it is right here. Let's take a look. I don't know why. I don't know what this stuff is over here, but here's the option position sizing rules that we were going over. And remember, we were looking for about a 4% return per day, right? So I went over here and I said there's 21 trading days per month. If you look at a realistic returns of just 4% per day, right? Just 4% per trading day. Here's the outcome. You start with 2,500, day 1, 26, day 2, 27, all the way down to day 21 there, and you took that $2,500 account, you took that $2,500 account right there up to $5,696.94 at day 21. So you took 2,500 to 56.94. That's a net profit of almost 3,200 bucks. The entire account grew from 2,500 to 56.96. That's an entire account growth of 127.88% in 1 month if you're only looking for those 4% a day. So that's what I mean, guys. There's not many people that make 127% a year. There's not many people that make 127% in 5 years, let alone 1 month. But with trading options, you're much more leveraged. And if you're able to be disciplined and capture that 4% a day like we have been, your account's going to grow significantly. We started trading the Trade Challenge account actively most recently, and we already got some nice profits on that, I mean, we started trading that, 2 weeks ago when it was at 34 or 3,500. I already got a nice gain on that. So just watching that. Markets are pulling back a little bit here now going into the lunch hour. You always say, it's always the first hour that usually you have a nice run, You have nice moves, and then after 10:30, after that first hour, it's really just like choppiness there. Let's see, Skyjack, he didn't get his pilot's license. I bet you'd be a good pilot, Sky. Don't forget the inspection cost. How much does the inspection cost on a plane like that? Hangar, well. The hangar cost, I heard, is about $150 a month at Orlando Executive Airport. Other maintenance costs, I mean, I can't see spending more than $1,000 a month on maintenance costs, right? That's what I'm saying. Like if I bought that plane for around 55 grand, and like even if I put 15 grand into it, that's $70,000 investment. I don't know. I think that's pretty good. I like how it has some updated avionics in it as well. Some glass. Got some glass with some steam gauges on it. I don't know. I like the looks of that one, and they're not asking for 150 grand like most crazy people are. I'd much rather a Cessna though compared to a Cherokee.
MMI, Marcus.
Microsoft pulling back a little bit from those highs here. Still holding above that 50, but it looks like she might pull back a little bit here from those profits. Q's doing the same thing, so it's just going with the market. Schlumberger's up 4.5%, guys, still breaking out. We were going over this trade idea here on Schlumberger before. That's a beautiful setup, continuing to break out there, and just a nice chart setup on Schlumberger there. So nice one there. Guys on YouTube, if you're liking these videos, please give it a thumbs up, give it a like, subscribe to our channel to get notified of any uploads, trade ideas, live videos, and if you could share this on social media, I'd greatly appreciate that. If you guys could share it on social media, say, hey, we just made a trade here on Microsoft, take a look at it already. Or whatever you want to say there would be great. Let's see here, Moderna at 309. Ford is still looking pretty good there, up about 1% on Ford today. Bob pulled back from the highs this morning. Not doing too much there.
Shares hitting 88.75.
See if Ford starts to climb there.
November.
Schlumberger is still on the run there. That's looking pretty good. Marwa, did you end up jumping in on Microsoft there? What price did you get? Are you green on that yet? I know you got in really late on that, I think, with some of those issues. You're green on that. Nice job. What was your fill point? What strike did you get? Send me a picture of your updated one there, Marwa. Microsoft getting a climb there. Okay, Marwa, not bad there. You got in that pretty late, so it's really important to, you know, be pretty quick there on some trades. But nice job there. It's gonna be a good one. Schlumberger still on the climb there. Let's see. Camille says, got in the Facebook play. 335 this week Expo. Let's see there. So let's take a look at the Facebook daily chart now so we can see what. Now see, that's only, it's not bad there. That's about $2 from the high there for today. Stop on this one's going to be 325. So anything below 325, I'd be out of that trade. But like I said, going into tomorrow, we might get a pop there, especially with earnings this week on financials. If they get a pop here, the general market's going to get a climb. So that'd be my stop, 325 on Facebook if you're in a Facebook trade. And like I said, it's this week's expo, so I'd look for that net. So whenever you're entering into a short-term swing trade, here's a good rule of thumb, guys. This is a really good one. So anytime you're entering into a short-term swing trade, look for it, like today. If you got in today at 328.80, my stop would be is if you got a red candle below this body tomorrow. So if you got a candle like this tomorrow, that would be my stop. Now, obviously, tomorrow, if you get a green candle and it starts breaking out, you hold on to that trade. We got Microsoft really breaking out here again now. Big candle on MSFT there on a today 1 minute. Let's take a look. Bam, right there. Nice little candle there on Microsoft. It's a nice little jump there. Let's see if that continues. Back up about 25% on MSFT. 3-month daily chart. Looking good. 26% gain on Microsoft. She's breaking out again, climbing. That's looking good there. Let's see what else is moving on the list here. Caterpillar only up 0.4%. Let's see there. Bob up 2.53. Really not too much going on. Better to get a plane with less than 500 hours since overhaul. I'm going to write that down. Cap, if you were buying a plane, what's the max total airtime frame or total, what is it? Total time on the airframe there. What's the max you'd really go with, or does that not matter really so much? I saw one of them that had 17,000 hours on the airframe. I'm like, holy smokes. I'd never jump in a plane like that. Thing's going to fall apart when I'm 10,000 feet up. I don't know, though. You know, I'm not familiar with total airframe time, if that matters as much as the overhaul. But let's see, BP. I'm just watching the market here, guys. Really nothing going on. Tesla's still at 794. Markets are still basically where they were, 15 minutes ago. So you're just analyzing the markets, looking at your watch lists, seeing what's going on. Man, we've been looking for another dog lately, and one of the guys just messaged me back here. I don't even know what the heck kind of dog this is. I don't know what kind of dog this is, but he just sent me the price on it. Guess how much for this dog? He's telling me this is a little baby. He was just born. He's 2 weeks old. He don't look no 2 weeks old to me. But take a guess how much that dog. I was gonna get one for Sophie, my daughter here for well, it was for a Christmas present, but obviously it's gonna be early. Microsoft's breaking out nicely again. Take a guess though how much. I don't even know what kind of dog that is, to be honest with you. It looks like a mix to me, but guess how much on that dog? You're never gonna guess. Skyjack, you're close there, very close. You're probably gonna be the winner there. $3,500 for that dog. I'm like, damn. Do I want a dog or do I want a down payment on an airplane?
Activity, the weekly $37 call.
I don't know though. Dogs are nice.
X-ray. FCX.
Miss my dog. Hmm. 5,700 hours seems normal. Yeah, I thought that was kind of low for a 1960s plane, 1969.
Shares of Oxygen, OCGN, Oxygen spiking to the highs now 742. Oscar
Let's
Charlie
see
Delta,
there.
November.
Skyjack jumped back into Tesla. I'm watching Microsoft there, see if it's going to hold that 297 or hold above that 50 day. Probably going to see a little selling pressure going into the lunch hour. Might not be much though. Dow's still holding about 180. Nasdaq's. Let's see what's Nasdaq up. Nasdaq's up about 65 points. S&P's up about 22 points there. Not looking bad. Microsoft wants to break out again. We'll see if she does. Going into 11 o'clock here. Ugh. Microsoft's looking pretty good there. Q's hold it up. Have you guys been trading anything there? Let me put on our trade up here. We haven't put that up there in a while. Man, all these things I've made here. Just to think how long that this took to make. This screen right here, if you guys believe how long that took to make with the scrolling bar, I guess I'm going to start putting that back on there now. Let's see here. Let's see here. Sidebar. Row 1. Name. Let's put in the trade here. Price. When is Shatner going up to space? I think it's soon, isn't it? Like tomorrow or the next day? Can't wait to see what happens there. Okay, bottom label. And there we go. That is up there now. The Microsoft trade's up. Looks good. All right, 3 month. Let's see what else we got going on here. Not really too much happening yet. Microsoft's still climbing. There goes Microsoft today, 1 minute. Just nearing almost at new highs again. Not looking bad there. Skyjack, you're back in Tesla, aren't you?
PLTK, Playtika's game studio Wooga launches Switchcraft, new story-driven match 3 game. That's Papa Lima Tango Kilo. PLTK. FBNC, First Bancorp receives regulatory approval for acquisition of Select Bancorp. That's Foxtrot Bravo, November Charlie, FBNC.
Alrighty, guys, we are at new highs of the day on Microsoft. There we go. Our Microsoft trades up $212.28. Marwa, what are you up on that? There we go. 217.28, continuing to break out there, looking pretty good. I wonder what you have now with that little bit further out strike there. Well, you got that when it was ATM at the money, so. But we got a 32.25, 33% gain there, $212.28. That is looking pretty darn good there. Alrighty, guys. That is going to do it for this morning. That is going to do it for us this morning. I actually have a class at 11 o'clock with one of our members. Ludmilla, if you could please message me. I do not see your message that you said you sent here. Let me see. I don't see any messages here. Message request. Alrighty, guys, continuing to break out, up 34% there on Microsoft now. So that is going to do it for us this morning, guys. We will be live again in the afternoon. I'm teaching a class with Ludmilla here at 11. I'm looking for her message, not seeing that. Look at that. Microsoft continue to break up. 35% gain, $222.28 there. And that's with that small trade. That was a $600 trade. We're already up $227, 35.36% gain. Nice job there. There goes Microsoft continuing to break out. $232. That's amazing. That's a great job here today, guys. Alrighty, that's going to do it for us this morning. I got to go get this class done, and I will be back with you guys this afternoon. So I hope everyone has a great day there. If you guys want to come join us, make sure you guys go to breakingchartalerts.com. Go to the top there. Here is the homepage. This is that's the trade room. If I log out of here, let me log out of my account because I'm the admin, so I got all these extra features. So if you take a look here, this is how it's going to look like for you. You guys could go down here, watch these videos, how we trade options, our schedule, how to use our alert service, our text, our app, our email alerts, and our trading community. Here is the market updates from today. That's looking great here. And then obviously that's just the home page. Once you guys join, here's the education, the trade tab. So once you go to memberships, pricing plans here, you guys could look at the memberships, click which one you guys want to use. We have 30% off the monthly memberships for new members, and the Elite Pro Trader, we have, I think, 30% off that one there as well. Wow, look at Microsoft here. Let me get that out of the way. Microsoft up $242.28. We got almost a 39% gain on our Microsoft trade, guys. Beautiful job there on Microsoft. All right, so back here now. If you guys want to sign up, whatever one you click on, like if you click on Elite Pro, if you click on Pro Trader Monthly, here's the coupon code right here. Just make sure you're not putting that you're in Afghanistan. A lot of people did that. Skyjack, I was actually looking at your account on the back end there. You put that you're from Afghanistan as well there, so you might want to change that. I don't know if you're getting text alerts or not, but I noticed yours said you were from Afghanistan. But here's your your phone number for text alerts. You'll put that right in there. Here's your coupon code to save your percentage off, which is on YouTube. And you guys make your password there. Accept our terms and conditions. You put in your card number there, and that's right through Stripe. And then if you put in your promo code here, like if you put in what is it, Renew 30. Let's see if you put that in, and that should bring it down to 175 right there. So you can see if you put in that promo code right there, Renew 30, it'll bring it down to 175. Guys, the other neat thing is too, you guys could sign up with Facebook. Just click the Facebook link. Do you know what else is cool? Remember I was telling you guys about this, is if you guys go to log in, sign in, it should be able to say log in with Facebook there too. Let me message my boy here and see why he didn't get that done yet. Facebook login. Okay, so that's what you guys could do there. Use that promo code there. Log in with Facebook. Put in your info there. That'll bring that down. That's good for every month there if you take advantage of that. Once you do sign in, I'm just going to sign in quick here with my account. Once you do sign in here, it's going to give you options based on your membership level. So I'm admin, so it shows me more here. It won't show it like this for you. You only see this bottom one, I believe, here, the bottom row. But if you want to go to trades, here's the trade alerts. You guys can click on trade alerts. You'll see our most recent trade made on Microsoft right here. You guys get an email too, and if you get that email, all you have to do is click on that email, and it gives you a link to take you right to Breaking Chart Alerts so you can view everything there. So here it is right here, nice one, and we share the charts, our targets, our stops, and everything we're looking for there. So that's a good one there, looking great. And then live trading. Here's your live trade room. There's the live trade room right here. The afternoon session right here. You can click right here. That takes you to our afternoon session where we trade live from 3 to 4, the last hour of the day there. And that gives you the code down below there, the link for the Pro Trader members. And then the education section, guys. You just want to go to Lesson Library. There's short little lessons there. That's for everyone. And then if you want to take a look at the classes, the lessons are shorter. They're like 10, 15 minutes. They tell you about some of the indicators we're using and whatnot here. And then if you go to the classes, you got your beginner. If you're a new trader, you start off with beginners. If you know what calls and puts are, start off with intermediate. If you're an experienced trader and you want to know more about how to find your targets, your stops, how much you're going to be risking on each trade, trade management, that's going to be in the pro classes there. So come join us, guys. Take advantage of that promo, and I will see you guys live in the afternoon. Look at that. Our Microsoft trade up over 40%, $257 profit, and she's continuing to climb there. There she goes, 262.28, 41% gain. We are looking great, guys. Great job today. 41% gain. That's going to do it for us this morning, guys. Have a great day. I'll see you guys in the afternoon, and happy trading. Alrighty. Take care, guys, and God bless.